Angelique and this is Kira. Kira is new at Gray's company and she decided that she'd like to make a quilted tote bag, but she's never quilted anything before, right?
That is correct. Since I started here, I've been waiting for my moment to make a quilt. So I'm so excited to do this today.
Awesome. So I'm really excited to show you our new design store because this is going to be one of the easiest ways to find the patterns that you want, load them into the automation and let the automation do the quilting for you. And then later we can make the bag.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, so we're gonna start by going into the design store, which you're gonna find on graceframe.com. And you're just gonna kind of peruse some of the edge to edge patterns that we have in there, and then find one that you like for the bag.
I love this one with the little loops. I think it's so cute. Let's do that one.
So once you have it, you can choose to download it. Like right now, it's, you can put it on a wish list for later, something like that. It shows you the different file types that are available. So depending on what automation that you're using, you can use this as well, but it's definitely set up to use with our QCT system. And now we're going to download it. So since we own it, you're just gonna click on My Designs. There should be a download button.
What file should we download?
Just download the whole zip is what I do.
Whole zip?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And I see that it downloaded up here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click it.
Okay, select all of them and then copy. And then we're gonna go into your local drive and you're gonna find Powered by QuiltCAD folder. And then in there, you're gonna find one that's called Patterns and then paste those designs in. All right, so now they're all in there. So we can close all this up. And we'll open up our QCT 6 here. All right, so we picked a pantograph, so you're gonna click pantograph. So we're gonna do just a really, really simple panto mode for you since this is your first time. We're just gonna do easy because we'll just do it row by row, okay? And so if you click select pattern and then click patterns and Ange again, double click just like anything Windows, and then that new folder. And so it gives you several different ones. I find that the DXF seems to work the best. And so there is our pattern that we can do. Now that we've kind of looked at it, if we wanted it, we can change height, things like that. We seem to be pretty happy with how it looks on the screen. So we're gonna click place as a single pattern. And so you'll see the little gray circles that have come up. Now we're gonna place it where we want it to stitch.
Oh, okay.
So we'll start over here in the corner and you'll click that gray thing. All right, and then we can move to as far down as it will go. We'll give it just a little bit of space, okay? And then you'll move over. And so we wanna stay on, we want it to stay on and then up towards the top. A little bit higher, there you go.
Perfect.
And now we're ready to quilt. So guess what button you push?
Probably the big quilt button, if I had to guess.
Okay, so I just caught, because I forgot we're gonna do something different because we have a special block here. So we're gonna replace the bottom ones because we don't want to quilt on this white block. So just go up to the corner of that one and do your bottom ones. There we go.
That's so easy to fix.
Oh, so easy. Okay, now you're ready to hit quilt.
Ooh. Okay, quilt. Gotta give it some time to think. And so.
Oh, no. We got to pull up our bobbin first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click the pull bobbin.
Okay.
And it's going to take us to the start position.
Okay.
If we tell it to sew, we're going to get a chunk of thread in the back, and we're not going to like that. And then we have something to pick out. Okay, so to do this, it's going to do a little stitch for you, and then it's going to move the machine again. So you grab a hold of your thread here, and you pull, and your bobbin thread's going to come out, and you're just going to pull that. And now you're going to hold this, both of them together, and just gently pull after you hit the sew button. Because you're gonna feel, as the machine moves, you're just pulling that bobbin so it's staying nice and taut so it gets ready to sew.
All right.
It's thinking.
Okay.
And then once it gets started, you can trim off that part. Just give it a second to get started. So it'll get out of your way. It's going to go that way. You're sewing.
I know. Look at me go. Oh, wow. That is so fast.
It's got 3 different speeds, slow, medium, and there's a picture of a hare and a turtle. So very good to the fast. Depending on the pattern, I'll do slow to medium usually. You just get better stitches. You can control things like your stitch length and stuff like that. 11's my favorite. So I've just kind of preset some of those for you.
Makes it easier. I mean, you're the master, so I gotta trust you.
I like 11 because it looks good, but if I screw something up, I can pick it really easy.
Okay. That's smart.
And so you can see this is going to be a larger pattern. I think it's going to be cute on a bag. We could do more patterns, because it shows you can add more and more, and we could get those patterns closer together. All right, so it's done, which means you can move this again. Okay, so we finished rolling up your quilt, so we're ready to get to the next zone, but we do have this special block for you here because one of the great things in our new design store is Picture Stitcher.
Ooh.
So with Picture Stitcher, you can pick any picture that you own, that's yours, and turn it into a quilt design.
How fun.
Okay, so if you're in the design store, you can go to Picture Stitcher at the top there.
Yeah.
All right, so basically you're going to choose your file. So just browse your files that are on your computer. And we have the picture uploaded for you already.
Yeah.
And then you can, save and go to next. And this is the part that takes some time. So you have to have some patience because now the software is reading your picture. It's coming up with, kind of the outlines of stuff to come up with a starting point for us to stitch out a design.
Yeah. And before this, Angelique let me know that I'd be choosing a picture. So I went ahead and chose one of my wedding pictures. I just passed the 5-year anniversary.
Oh, well, congratulations.
So thank you. But yeah, I'm really excited to have it stitched onto this bag that we're making. I think it's going to be so cute.
So it looks like you're in a little cave or something with the ocean. Where did you get married?
So we actually got married in Utah, but we went to Washington to take our pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
And so it was really funny. This beach, you had to hike through a forest. So I was like
in your wedding dress?
In my big old wedding dress, like going through the forest. Everyone was looking at me. They're in hiking clothes when I'm in my dress. But
that's funny.
The pictures turned out so beautiful, so it was so worth it.
Okay, so it has brought that up. So before you scroll, you'll see how many stitch segments it's come up with. So that means how many thread breaks that we're going to have to do in between to do that. And so if we like that, that's fine, but we do have some ways to edit it down a little bit. So the first one is this slider you see at the top. So you can move that a little bit and you'll see how it drops the number of stitch segments. And if we scroll up, you'll see what it's taking away when it does that. Right? So you can play with it a little bit more if you'd like.
Yeah.
But as you can see, it starts to take out certain things. So your groom just lost his head.
That's not good.
So we might want to go back a little bit more until we get most of kind of what we want there. It looks like we lost some of his ties, so we could go back a little bit more.
There we go.
Okay. So we may not want all of these things as well. So we can also click on precise. And we can go around, and if we click just right, and you can blow this up, you'll see how it highlights red. When you click away from it, it's grayed out. So it's actually going to delete those stitches for us. Right, so go ahead and play with that a little bit. It's just getting it in the right spot. And then if you see something you did want on there, then you can actually, if it's grayed out, click on the grayed out one and it will come back. So we'll let you kind of clean those up a little bit.
Do you think that's looking okay?
That's looking pretty good. And for time's sake, I did kind of do one for you where I was able to get more of those because, we only have a few minutes to kind of show. But when you're done and you've got what you want, there's going to be a next button. So you click next. And now you can see what it's going to look like stitched out a little bit more, okay? So we were, like I said, able to clean up a lot more of the rocks earlier. So we'll just say you're happy with that. Go ahead and click next again. You do have some options to do a little bit more editing there as well. So now we're ready to save to library. Okay, so it's in our library. We can download it just like we showed how you download your other patterns that we did. So that part's really simple. All right, so let's go into Pattern CAD portion. So we can just take a look at the design. At the top there, click Select Pattern. So Pattern CAD's available in the Pro version. So this is the one that I was able to generate for you that I had a little bit more cleaned up. Click the Fit button so we get it all on the screen here. And say yes is fine.
Okay.
So now we can kind of take a look at, I was able to clean up all of that. Now the really cool thing is, even though the software does some cleaning for you, if you want to clean it up even more, you can, like I said, put it into Pattern CAD here and make a few more adjustments if you like. This one here is the one that I edited just a little bit further because it wanted to take out lines I didn't want to take out. I thought would look good. So this gave me a little bit more control to be very specific in the areas that I wanted to do that. So this is what I came up with is kind of a finale to save us some time. Are you happy with this?
Yeah, that looks beautiful.
Okay, so let's go ahead and close this out.
Okay.
And now we're gonna place it. And so you're gonna place it with the 4 dots here. Now you can put it exactly on the edge if you'd like. I think that it would look nice if we did it kind of here so that it will create its own little border, and we can always do a stitch in the ditch around for a second border if we want it.
Yeah.
And so you can just use the hopping foot there as kind of a guide to the edge.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're ready to stitch. So again, same thing. We're gonna do quilt. All right, so remember how to pull up the bobbin?
Do I need a holder right now?
Yeah, no, you can just hit the pull bobbin.
Pull bobbin.
And it's gonna go to what it's kind of marked as its first starting point. So this is not going to be a continuous design in that there are going to be pieces, and that's why we're going to have these trim lines.
Okay.
All right, so this is where you want to grab the bobbin because it's going to move, and just kind of gently pull that up, and then you want to hold that.
Okay.
And then we're going to hit sew. And you can trim off that excess, that way it doesn't get caught, and we're just going to let it stitch.
How long would you say it usually takes for it to do a design like this?
It's going to depend on how many breaks, how big the design is. Like I have it on slow, so it's going to take a little bit of time on this. The details in the picture, those kind of things. So it's hard to say how long because it really depends on what you've adjusted. And
makes sense. And say if you wanted to do it like on the fast setting, is that going to affect your design in any way?
It's not going to affect the design. I just think it stitches out a little bit better on the slow to medium speed. As far as like your stitch length, it just looks a little bit more consistent to me, and you're less likely to get a thread break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we could do like a fast. I'm just used to being in the slower speeds because I can be like.
So you can keep an eye on things. Makes sense.
But you can see how clean the stitches are.
Yeah, that's looking great.
And I really liked how it had some overlap in your design. So you get like a stitch and another stitch. It goes just next to it, just kind of thickens it up a little bit, makes it look a little more like embroidery.
Yeah.
So your design is done. We just got to clean it up a little bit from the things. But what did you think of our new pattern store?
Honestly, the pattern store was great. There are so many different designs on there. There's a lot of really cute ones as well. And it was really easy to use. You just scroll through, pick what you want, and download it.
And what about the picture stitcher?
I love the picture stitcher. Like, look how cute my design is. That is adorable. You get to stitch memories into any quill or bag, anything like that.
Yeah, imagine like the next time you get married. Or if you remarry, like if you're like in 20 years, you're 20, let's say you renew the vows, you can make little gifts for everybody.
That'd be so cute.
Yeah.
Or honestly, a gift for any sort of like friend or anyone you know getting married. Like, this is adorable. I love it.
So while you're cleaning up, getting rid of all of your little things here, and you get back to doing your edge to edge so we can finish this up, be sure to check out our new pattern store on graceframe.com where you can custom quilt anything that you desire. Picture Stitcher is a great tool for adding that little extra something special, like in this case, Kira's wedding design.
because I know we are. My name is Jenna, and this is
Natalie.
And Natalie just started at Grace, which means her cubicle is absolutely bare. So she wanted to make something to decorate. So what are we making today?
We're making a wall hanging with my dog Finn in the middle because I love him with my whole heart. So.
She's obsessed. He is a cutie patootie. Yeah. And to quilt this baby, we're gonna use some cool new tools that just came out. Tell them what they are.
They're called Picture Stitcher and the Design Store.
So Natalie, what's your sewing experience?
My grandma is a seamstress and I took CTE classes in high school and that's about it.
Perfect. So is this your first quilt?
Yes, never have quilted before. Yep.
Ooh, okay.
So that's exciting.
So this will be really fun. Let's take a look at how you made this quilt block a little bit earlier. And while we do that, tell me about Finn.
So Finn is 2.5 years old and I got him when he was 5 months from the puppy store and he was just front and center. He's a cute little thing, so excited to see people and I kind of was hooked immediately. He's a mini Bernedoodle. So he only weighs about 30 pounds. He's a 50-50 mix, so he's got the perfect amount of poodle, anxiety, and intelligence, and Bernese mountain dog goofiness and stubbornness.
What's your favorite thing to do with Finn?
Finn is a big cuddler, so that's always nice. You can really just grab him and, just hold him however you want, and he's just happy to be there. But I also love playing with Finn. Mm-hmm. He prefers more of like a wrestling play where you like kind of lunge at him and he jumps away, and that's really fun. He is pretty anxious, but he's just very mellow, very happy to see people. He's good with kids. He's good with everybody. And I have 2 other dogs at home as well, and he gets along really well with those. Finn's the first dog that I've ever had that's like just my dog, not like a family dog or anything like that. And he's just my baby, a little bit like a soul dog. Like he is just my boy. And I always, of course, have to have pictures of my dogs with me wherever I am. I keep one in my phone case literally all the time. And so, of course, the first thing that came to mind when I was like, oh, this cool new picture stitcher, I can literally put any picture that I want on a quilt block, was Finn. And then Finn's color has always been blue. He's got a cute little blue collar, blue harness, all kinds of blue stuff. So I just put some cute little blues on this block that I liked together, and that's kind of the why behind why it's Finn on this quilt block specifically. So
I'm excited to see how this turns out.
Me too.
Are we ready to go to Picture Stitcher?
Yes.
Okay, let's show them how it works. It's already on the tablet, so you just have to click Browse File, and then I just put it as dog.
Perfect. That is
and
what
then
it
you
is.
Can open. Look how cute.
His little thing.
And then if you wanted to, you could size them differently, but I feel like your picture works, but you size it whatever way you want.
I think he's perfectly centered.
Save and next. So there's 2 different ways we can edit the picture once it's uploaded. So you got a beautiful, cute line drawing, right? And it says that you have 22 stitch segments, and that just means 22 individual spots that need to be sewn, so they're not all connected. So 22 separate spots. And sometimes with the picture stitcher, there may be something you don't want. So like on Finn, like let's say you don't want like this one piece, you can click it and remove it if you wanted to. Want it back, there you go. Or if you use this, what is this called? The slider scale, the slider, it will automatically take some off for you. But I want you to look at the picture of Finn, see if there's anything you want to remove first.
Okay, I think it looks pretty good.
Perfect. He's so cute as a line drawing. Okay, scroll all the way down to the bottom and then press next. Then the second way we're going to edit it is we can merge different segments so that instead of having 22 separate breaks in the pattern, it can be maybe 5 or 10 or something else. So I want you to move the sliding scale just like wherever you feel, press apply, and then we'll see what it does to the pattern.
Okay, let's just go halfway.
Okay, then press apply. And let's look at it. So if you see all of these blue lines, those are going to sew out as lines. So the way this connected, I don't love.
Yeah?
How do you feel about all the lines?
I think we could go back.
You think? What's cool too is right here, it will say like stitch segments that are whatever distance less from each other. So we can even try to break it up by saying like maybe if they're 7 stitches away from each other or something less, and that may be easier. So instead of 20, we got 22. So scroll, see if that works.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that looks great.
Perfect. So then scroll down to the bottom. You're going to press next. And then this is your last chance to make sure everything's the way you want it. So if you scroll all the way down, oh my gosh, he's so cute. And then press draw path. Then scroll back up a little bit so we can see. It will show you how it's going to be quilted out.
Cool.
Which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the machine do it.
Right? Then once everything is quilted out,
oh my gosh.
and we like the way it looks, and I think it's so cute,
I agree.
we can scroll all the way down. And then you're going to press next. Scroll all the way down. Save to library. And now your picture of Finn is saved onto your library.
Cute.
Okay, now you can press download, and we're going to download. How cute is that?
So cute.
Oh, I
love
love
him.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to exit out of this, and we're going to open up Quilter's Creative Touch. Finn is a block pattern, and block just means we just place them once and then we're done. We're going to choose select and sew. And then we're going to tell the system our safe area. And then we're going to add Finn. So you're going to go to new drive. You're going to press the C. So go to users, Quilter, downloads. Perfect. Look at him. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our 4-point placement, and you wanna make sure that it's on fit, so then we don't stretch Finn out to look a little bit weird. So I want you to move to each corner and then press the coordinating corner on the screen. And then this will center Finn in the middle of the block. Okay, before we sew it, we're gonna go to settings, and we wanna make sure that what I've noticed with picture stitcher, especially when there's lots of little turns and curves, we want a larger stitch per inch.
Okay.
And then I like to do 3 stitches as a tie off. And then I like to do a micro stitch. And then we're gonna make sure it's slow. And then we don't want it to pause at trim lines. Press OK. Okay, now that our settings are the way we want them, press sew. Let's take a look at Finn. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. Adorable.
I love him.
You gotta now pick a pantograph to fill in the background with. So we're gonna check out the design store, which has over 1,000 designs, which is crazy. And they're all organized in different ways. So we're crossing our finger they have what you want.
Right?
Okay.
It seems like they probably will.
Probably, right? Okay, what do you want for the background? Like
I think something dog themed would probably be good.
dog themed? Okay. What's cool about the design store is it makes it easy to search. So we can go animals, and then I'm just gonna unclick everything until we find dog. Ooh.
So cute.
Okay, so we got a couple, and then I just wanna make sure they're all continuous because we want an edge to edge. Okay, so we got 3 options. Oh, those are also cute.
I know.
Okay, which one are you thinking?
I think the tracks.
The track ones? Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. So we've claimed it. We own it. So now I can go to my designs. And it should be there. Okay, we got dog tracks. Let's download it. Want the QLI file? Perfect. Okay, now we got this. And now we can go upload it. Okay, do you remember how to find the pattern when we upload them? Go to select pattern.
Let's see. And then
New drive.
see. Quilter.
Users. Yeah, and then Quilter. Perfect. Then dog tracks.
Sweet.
Perfect. Cute. Okay, this is 12.5 by 12.5, but I'm just gonna say 13 by 13, just in case. And then let's size this pattern down a whole lot. We can add some spaces in between.
That looks good.
Like that?
Yeah, I think that looks awesome.
And then we're gonna do place as a single pattern. So I'm gonna have you press that. Perfect. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna come to all four corners, kind of like you did the fin one.
Mm-hmm.
And you wanna be a little bit off the pattern.
Okay.
So that it stitches everywhere. And then you're just gonna press the corner. Okay, now move that to the next corner. And you want it a little bit off.
Is that good?
Like, maybe like right there. Yeah. Perfect. And this one we're stretching. Perfect. And then all the way around. Perfect. Now, over more, yeah, like right there. Okay, perfect. We're gonna go to quilt this guy out. We're gonna press quilt.
How are we keeping Finn out?
I'll show you. So now we're gonna quilt it, except we want Finn to be out, right? So if we go to plugins, we have this fun thing called pattern eclipse, and it's part of the gold card. So it's a gold card feature. And with pattern eclipse, you can keep out certain things. So where it says add, I'm gonna go around the corners. So if I go right here, I say add a point. I like to do one in the middle just in case it's not a perfectly straight line, because you know when you quilt, fabric stretches. Sure. Add this. I'm gonna add that. And these are called little nodes. I'm just adding a node. Perfect. And then just in case it's not perfect, I'm just gonna add another one. Okay, perfect. There we go. And then what we can do is we can say keep in or keep out. And we want this one to keep out, so we're gonna press apply. Okay, so that's how it's gonna look. How do you feel about that?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, you can press OK. Then we're gonna go and sew it. And now we can just let it stitch out. Yay! How fun is that?
I'm excited.
So this will just take a while to stitch out, and we'll come back when it's finished. Natalie, oh my goodness, I think that the red color that you picked is absolutely perfect.
Right? I know. Desert tan for the win.
Right? Okay, now you have a beautiful piece for
So cute.
your cubicle. We just gotta cut it out and bind it, and we'll do that later.
I had so much fun. I've never done anything like this before. So putting my dog on a quilt block with Picture Stitcher, picking a cute little pantograph from the design store, super good time. I loved it.
It's so cute.
Feel free to try it out. Tag us on Instagram. We'd love to repost you. Show us what you make, and let's see what's happening up next at Fall Festival.
See ya!